because that's what they are there for. Everything has its own advantage and disadvantage. So people who are the critics there, they are there to ensure that you are on your toes.
Right.
So are you doing the right thing? What they are saying, is it true or is it untrue? If it's true, I myself, when I see it that way, I have to ensure that I change towards that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spill Pod, the leadership segment, the show where students' politics meets unfiltered conversation. I'm Prudence Peters, and I remain the host for today's episode. And I'm here with BonnieFace Osei Baffour, who happens to aspire for the General Secretary's position for the SRC. And he's here to, tell us a bit of himself. So without wasting much time, let's move to him. Hello, Bonnie.
So, in simple words, my name is Boniface Osei Baffour, someone who believes in hard work.
I believe in hard work.
Yeah.
Thank you. What inspired you to enter students' politics and specifically to run for General Secretary?
Okay.
What
So,
moves you considering other positions like the SRC President, the PRO, and among others? What motivated you to go in for the General Secretary's position?
okay. What inspired me to go into politics was a friend
Actually,
who influenced me to go into politics, because initially when I came to campus, he saw my performance, my first semester exams, he saw my results,
hey,
and he said,
Brilla boy, you have a Brilla boy here. Okay.
he said, like, you are doing so well academically. When it comes to social life, you are not doing that well. So why not, instead of minding your own business on campus, why not ensure that your academic performance also helps others? You gear it towards helping other students you encounter. I thought of it and decided that, okay, why not start going to this politics?
Okay.
So it all started from Liberty Hall.
Liberty Hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Liberty Hall. What were you doing there?
So Liberty Hall, I went in for the General Secretary position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. Meaning you're not new to this work, right?
I'm not new to it at all.
That's nice.
Because it was second semester where elections are held. When we came to campus and he told me this, thinking about it, I considered, okay, initially I was even naive myself. I did not read much about the Constitution or anything of that sort. So I just decided, why not go in for General Secretary? That's for Liberty Hall. So I went and started campaigning. Went around, communicated with people, and at the end of the day realized that, oh, okay, there's a chance that I might win this. So I took it on both forms when they
Many guys.
We were 3. One was dropped during vetting, and it was left to myself and one other opponent. Yeah, who surpassed me actually during the vetting. But after the vetting, we had the elections and then I won.
You won. Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Then when you have experience here, okay. Let's move to the next question. Tell us about your background. Yeah. Where did you grow up and what perspectives you bring from your personal experiences?
Okay, so I grew up in Adezongo. That's Mamo Binema. If you're at Accra, maybe you've heard of the place before. Yeah, so that's where I grew up, Mamo Binema. And growing up there, the society thought that I was going to be a rude person because I was really harsh. I was not often at home.
Okay, wait, so what has changed now?
Going to the when I went to senior high school, Koforidua Technical, that was when the society thought that, they all thought that this is it. Like, this is the end.
Okay.
He's going to come out and he's going to be some gangster, a really bad person. Yeah, a really bad person. So I went to school and then met a couple of friends. And I don't know what really happened and what took place, but I just knew that, okay, you don't have to do everything that comes into your mind. You don't have to decide on everything.
I can see
you want to.
God came in for you.
Yeah, we can put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Why should a student's body trust that your candidacy is not a regressive step for gender equity, but a progressive evolution?
In terms of talking about gender equity, during this 21st century, they do not have a particular portfolio for
Women.
a man or a woman. If you are willing to sacrifice the necessary things, I think that should be enough for you to attain what it is you want to attain.
Okay.
Yeah. It does not matter if you're a man or a woman. As far as you are willing to sacrifice what is needed to be sacrificed, I'm certain that you definitely come out successful.
Okay. That's nice. I like your answer. Okay. Given your gender in the space, queer women have led with distinction. How do you plan to navigate accusations of opportunism or implicit male entitlement to leadership?
Please, can you rephrase that question?
Okay. Given your okay, this position has been held by female leaders for the past decades, and they've been excelling, they've been doing well. So, what are you coming up with that to, build it up? The help is a key.
Uh,
Are you going
I'm going
more
to.
than them, or are just coming to do something
So,
with me?
there's an engineering student who is aspiring for the General Secretary position. And in my expertise, I'm looking forward to specialize in draftsmanship. And if that's about designing mechanical components and anything that's related to mechanics. So with this being an engineering student, you should be able to go beyond documenting what the SRC is deciding or what the executives are deciding. You should be able to do more in terms of advice and giving advice to the president on what to solve or what to do in terms of the welfare of students.
In a moment of ethical crisis, yeah, when personal loyalty conflicts with institutional justice, where does your allegiance lie? And how can we be certain that answer is more than theoretical?
Okay, so when it comes to ethical crisis, I'm going to be specific because anyone who knows me knows that I am someone who always wants to go by the right way.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, we have to ensure that
Like violence.
at times you have to like violence. If situation demands,
All right.
and you have to defend yourself by using violence, you have to. So in terms of people, when people who know me know that I always let them know that everything we are doing, we have to go by the right way, because you might think that rules and regulations do not work, but then if you flout them, then you are going to know that, okay, so you actually, yeah, they really do exist. And then the consequences are going to come. Then if no one is going to say that you are naive or did not know what the rules and regulations are, so you are going to be exempted. You have to know them and ensure you go by them. But in the context where it's going to be a bit harder is when I myself am facing a leader, let's say someone older than me,
Okay.
in the context of a student. and a teacher. In this context, one lecturer I really admire told me that in the context where a lecturer is telling you to do something that you know is going against the law, you have to insist that they document it on a paper and then put their signature on it. Should in case any situation or issue come out of the decision you made because of the lecturer, then you can come out with that document that it's because of this lecturer and because of
expose
this,
the lecturer.
you are not exposing the lecturer. It should be a reason. There's a reason behind maybe why he's saying we should do that particular thing, which is going against the rules. So you get that document down with the lecturer signature and then ensure that when any issue pops up, you have something backing. You are not the one going to be held accountable, but the lecturer was the one who insisted, due to their own reasons, personal reasons, that you should do that.
Okay, I want to ask this question. You guys have a constitution, right?
Yes.
So you saying this, is the lecturer above the constitution?
No one is above the law.
So why would your...
Actually, constitutions can be altered because it was human beings.
But it takes certain processes for it.
Yeah.
It can be altered.
So let's say for the constitution, it can be altered because human beings were the ones who made these policies. So they might make policy, or they would have made policies that was suitable to their time and their season. But according to the time and season we might be in right now, that policy must be changed to suit the season and time. But for law, no one is above the law.
But you changing the constitution or something, it doesn't have to be necessarily one person, right?
Yeah.
So you took
It requires procedures. Yeah. Lecturer, even students.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the last question. How do you intend to resist the intoxicating pool of power that has historically corrupted students' leadership? And what institutional checks would you welcome to keep your authority accountable?
Can you come again with the question?
How do you intend to resist the intoxicating pool of power that has historically corrupted students? You see, we have some, like, there is this... You see, we have these SRC leaders or student leaders who are much corrupt, and people tend to talk about them. So how are we going to work things out about that situation? Because the moment you become maybe a general secretary, people would be like, oh, these people, they're always stealing, they're always doing this. So how are you going to, work with those critics? Yeah. I hope you get what I'm trying to mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of critics, they would always criticize because that's what they are there for, to criticize. So I would ensure that what they are saying is it right.
Okay.
Because that's what they are there for. Everything has its own advantage and disadvantage. So people who are the critics there, they are there to ensure that you are on your toes.
Right.
So are you doing the right thing? What they are saying, is it true or is it untrue? If it's true, I myself, and I see it that way, I have to ensure that I change towards that and ensure that I become the best.
Okay.
And if it's not true, well, leave them to say or do what they want.
Okay. Thank you. And this leads us to our last question. If you lose this election, what will that signal to you? A misjudgment by the electorates, or a reflection of your failure to connect with the political and emotional pulse of the student's body? In case you lose.
I'm not going to lose.
Hey, you have been more.
Yes, I'm not going to lose.
In case you lose, just in case.
But should it be that way, though I know it's not possible,
You know it's not possible.
then failure doesn't mean that's the end. You have to correct yourself and then come back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
This brings us to the end of today's episode. And I still remain Prudence Peters, and I was the host for today's episode. And no guest, BonnieFace Osei Baffour. Thank you guys. Bye.